Some people slowly destroy their own lives. They cannot control their desires. Lust, laziness, sleep, addiction, anger slowly take over their mind. But the question is this only weakness of the mind? Or is there a hidden energy center inside the human body, called the Root Chakra, that remains trapped and inactive? And when a person stays stuck at this level for too long, he slowly becomes a slave to his own senses. Until now, we explored the scientific and spiritual understanding of the Muladhara Chakra. But now comes the most important question. What happens when a human being remains trapped at the level of the Root Chakra? Ancient yogic wisdom says, 3 powerful forces begin controlling that person: pleasure, laziness, and excessive sleep. The senses begin dominating the mind: taste, touch, lust, addictions, sensory cravings. And slowly, the person stops living consciously and becomes a puppet controlled by impulses. You may have seen people who know very well that a habit is destroying their body, yet they cannot stop. Disease grows, energy collapses, life falls apart, but the craving continues because awareness becomes weak. Today, many disturbing events in society: betrayal, obsession, violence, destructive desires, are not born suddenly. When consciousness remains trapped in the lower state of the Root Chakra, human intelligence slowly becomes clouded, self-control weakens, clarity disappears, and life becomes centered only around physical urges. Another major symptom of an imbalanced Muladhara Chakra is deep laziness and tamasic energy. A person may sleep for 10 hours and still feel exhausted. No motivation, no direction, no inner fire, constant heaviness, constant procrastination, constant mental dullness. This is the tamasic state described in yogic science. But when the Muladhara Chakra begins to awaken, everything slowly starts changing. Control over the senses increases. Discipline becomes easier. Awareness becomes sharper. The mind grows calmer. Inner stability begins to appear. And for the first time, a person experiences grounded energy within. This is why yogic traditions say the hardest step is mastering the Root Chakra. Because once this foundation becomes stable, the higher spiritual journey becomes easier. Now the question is, how can one begin working on the Muladhara Chakra? The practice has 2 aspects. The first is lifestyle. The second is spiritual practice. The lifestyle aspect begins with one simple discipline: wake up early. If Brahma Muhurta is difficult, at least try waking up around 5 or 5:30 a.m. The second discipline is control over the senses, especially conservation of energy and brahmacharya. At first it may feel difficult, but as the Root Chakra develops, self-control starts becoming natural. The third discipline is purity, pure food, cleanliness, balanced routine, and conscious living. Now comes the meditation practice. Sit in a quiet place, place a mat or blanket on the ground, and sit steadily. Keep your spine straight, eyes closed. For the first 10 minutes, simply observe your breath. Slow, deep, gentle breathing. As the breath slows down, the mind also begins to settle. Then, bring your awareness to the location of the Muladhara Chakra. Visualize a glowing red light, a deep red energy, radiating through your body. Remain aware of this energy, and then begin chanting the seed mantra, LAM. Allow the sound to vibrate deeply. Feel the resonance inside the body, and throughout the chanting, keep your awareness fixed on the Root Chakra. After 30 minutes, when you finally open your eyes, do not expect some dramatic supernatural experience. The true signs are different. You begin gaining control over desires. Laziness decreases. Energy increases. Anger and negativity begin fading. The mind becomes lighter and calmer. When these signs begin appearing, understand that your consciousness is slowly rising above the Root Chakra. Every chakra has its own path, its own discipline, its own spiritual science. And when consciousness finally reaches higher states, human beings begin freeing themselves from inner bondage. But the journey always begins from the root, the Muladhara. So begin working on yourself, because without a strong foundation, no higher awakening can truly happen. And if you wish to explore the deeper practices of the other chakras, share your curiosity in the comments. More guidance will come in the future.